I'd like to welcome into the debate Ashok Rao Kavi, founder and chairman of the Humsafar Trust. He's been a long-term activist for gay rights. Ashok Rao Kavi, good evening. Onir is a well-known filmmaker and he's also been very active in pushing for gay rights. Onir, good evening. Father Dominic Emmanuel, spokesperson of the Delhi Archdiocese, has very strong views against this. And I already see, as I introduce him, I see Ashok Rao Kavi already nod his hands in an exasperated manner, even as I'm introducing Father Dominic Emmanuel, which means I presume that you have already, both of you have appeared together on other debates and you know what to expect. But it's an important time for debating this. I hope you appreciate this. And Rahul Ishwar, who's, of the Sabarimala Trust, is also a social activist. He says he represents a lot of Indians who feel that decriminalizing gay sex is going to be the worst thing that can happen to this country. Now, Rahul Ishwar, I'd like to begin with you. You have an aversion, you have an individual aversion to homosexuality. From my several discussions with you, you have an individual aversion to homosexuality. And you have always taken the cover. Onir, you're sitting there next to him. I'd also like to tell you that Rahul Ishwar takes a cover that homosexuality is, this whole business, it's not a reflection of Indian values, etc., right? He's taken that point of view. So I'd like to quote this to you at the start. Rahul Ishwar, consider what the current Attorney General of India, Ghulam Wahaty, said in front of the Supreme Court in March last year. He said that Section 377, which had originally criminalized homosexuality, quote, was not a reflection of existing Indian values and traditions. Rather, it was imposed upon Indian society by the colonizers due to their moral values. So Rahul Ishwar, far from speaking for the Indian traditions, you today are speaking for colonizers. You've got your facts wrong, Mr. Ishwar.
Arnabji, very important 3 points. It's a very nuanced debate. One, I may disagree with the idea of homosexuality. I have no disrespect. I have only respect towards all of them. Second, many people don't stereotype people either as pro-homosexual or anti-homosexual or being retarded. See, there are some respectful but yet responsible reservations from people. And beyond the tradition versus progressive debate, I would like to include science in it. Scientific community is yet to come to a decisive conclusion whether homosexuality is totally natural. We being animals, the homosexuality in animal kingdom is being on the verge of being branded aberration. So it is a very sensitive debate, but at the same time, I respect their freedom. We are all waiting for the court's verdict. Having said that, we should not stereotype people either as pro or anti.
Ashok, I want to interfere here. I'm just horrified at some of the generalizations. If our friend Ishwar goes to Amsterdam, he will see that there's a museum which talks of biodiversity. And this museum has a huge range of sexuality among all mammals, starting from mammals to even the lower orders of animals. And so I'm quite shocked at this debate, at a blank statement. And he comes from a tradition, the Sabarimala tradition, where it is Hari Haraputra. Skanda is called Hari Haraputra, the son of Hari and Hara, Shiva and Vishnu. What does that mean?
Oh.
We shall not take that too far. It's not symbolic. It's not symbolic. It is Hari Haraputra. It's very clear in Sanskrit what it is.
This is one thing. This is one thing I would request homosexual community not to engage in. Cherry pick some of the ancient scriptures and quote. I'm proud of it, but I'm going on a basis of hard science. And scientific community is yet to come to a decisive conclusion. Please meet me on my argument there. Rather than cherry picking on historical symbolism,
don't tell me,
let us speak science.
Ishwar, do not tell me about science. I am a member of the Kinsey Institute. I am a member of several departments of sex and sexuality. Do not talk about science and homosexuality. The science does not pass any comments on homosexuality or heterosexuality being natural or unnatural. They talk about orientation. Sexuality and gender are a huge subject that is of great importance to the humankind. So don't come out with these general statements. Especially you. I didn't expect you, Ishwar, to mouth. No, listen to me now. You do not mouth the statements, the homophobic statements coming from religions not of the Indian subcontinent. We have had a huge form of sexual diversity, respect for gender and diversity in this country. I'm an ex-Ramakrishna Mission Swami, and I know that Ramakrishna, you know, the sadhanas that he did, the gender and sexuality that he engaged with, this is nothing to compare of what goes on in West Asia, where there, for hundreds of years, thousands of years, all the sexual diversity was suppressed. I could tell you things about Jerusalem, about what happened in Makkah. Let's not go that way, because they have a habit of editing and suppressing all these things. We didn't have it. There, you know very well that you, a priest and learned person like you, of Sabarimalai, the great traditions of Kerala, you know.
1 minute.
Just one line, just one line. Just one line. I accept all that he said. I am against the homophobic culture many people have, but I would humbly request, there is a genuine apprehension and reservation in many sections of society. Let us not overlook it. Let us be sensitive to
don't hide
viewpoints and let us have a meaningful discussion.
No, Rahul Ishwar says today, Rahul Ishwar, 1 minute. 1 minute. Rahul Ishwar says, Ashok Rao Kavi, 1 minute. Rahul Ishwar says, Onir, I am not a homophobe. He says, I'm not a homophobe. Do you believe him?
What is he
I'd like to say this. No,
people have reservations.
If some people say being a homophobe is no different from being a communal racist bigot. Do you believe Rahul Ishwar is not a homophobe?
That's what it is. I think he is a homophobe. He is reflecting the same position.
Absolutely
that,
against any homophobic
the great Reverend Father.
Onir is the man sitting to your right, a homophobe. There are many people like Rahul Ishwar who say, I have a scientific perspective on this. I don't have a problem with homosexuals. I have a scientific issue.
I challenge him to that debate.
No, fine, but I just want to get Onir's perspective. He's very quiet.
Yes. What's the perspective? Let me know if you want.
No, Onir, I want Onir to come in. Ashok, I'm coming back to you. I just want to hear Onir.
The constant reference. Yeah, for me, what really surprises me is this constant reference to science not having approved homosexuality. There's nothing, nowhere does it say that science has said that homosexuality is unnatural.
Yes.
Actually, it's present in different forms of life. And what really, surprises me is why does, being the largest democracy in the world, 66 years after independence, I think it's an important day when it's going to mean, getting our democratic rights. And I don't see why anyone should feel threatened, and why should any other section of society, anybody, have reservations with people celebrating their identity. It is like having problem with someone celebrating their religious values or any other values. It is my fundamental right, and it does not harm any other human being, and I have the right to live my life the way I am without disrespect and having the same rights that everyone.
Are you insecure, Father Dominic?
So I don't see.
Father Dominic, I put that question. You see, one sec. First of all, the person on your right says, I'm not a homophobe. Now, I want to ask Father Dominic today, are you insecure? Because if there is one constitutional tenet, which it is believed is the basis of the Constitution, it is inclusiveness. The more inclusive you are, the more you respect the country. And we are a secular country, by the way. Father, and religious texts are supposed to have no bearing.
Let me begin.
No, religious texts, by the way, are supposed to have no bearing on our decision making, in case you are going to take that line of argument. Are you insecure?
Let me begin by saying, first of all, that let me begin by saying that I am not exasperated by the presence of Kavi or Onir, because as he was, because I accept him as my companion. Yes. So I am not exasperated. I accept them, as the Catechism of the Catholic Church very clearly says that there should be absolutely no indication of any discrimination against people of different orientation, and we should accept them with respect and compassion. And that is very clear stand. That is the first thing I would like to say. Secondly, very importantly, that
when you say accept them means you, it was a very patronizing kind of remark, I thought. We accept them.
It's always
very patronizing.
That may sound to you.
I think the word accept means to be
defined. We accept you despite your faults.
You don't hear anybody telling us that.
What?
Yeah, I
now,
think,
would you let me
have
explain?
you ever heard of
You are-
in any
you-
debate
you have
a
called-
homosexual
you have-
person saying that I accept your heterosexuality
What
and have
is
compassion
your
for it?
ideological